What cheer, y'all? Well, in keeping with our daily stakes play, we're going to take a look at Friday's featured race at Saratoga, and that's the Hall of Fame Stakes. It's a Grade 2, seventh race on the card, run at a mile on the inner turf for 3-year-olds. It's a small field, I mean, only seven, but a pretty good one. A lot of speed in this race, and I think that's going to inform the shape of this race significantly. We'll just talk about them one at a time. Me Bago from Mark Cassie is a horse I've always liked. There's no there's no questioning what he's going to do. He's going to go to the lead and he's going to go as far and as fast as he can. I have noticed that he's been marshaling his speed a little better in races of late at longer distances. Cutting back to the mile, he can probably let it out a little bit more. The problem is that he's going to have company with Clever again, Maui Strong, and probably Tank. So I think it's going to be a rather tall order for him to take them all the way, especially when the heavy hitters are lurking behind him. So we're going to let Mipago go. Clever again, obviously we remember him from the Preakness and the Ohio Derby. To me, the Ohio Derby was really the more disturbing race. I was delusional in thinking that Clever again had a chance to take him all the way in the Preakness, and it just didn't happen. Might have been too much too soon, but the Ohio Derby, there was class relief there, and it really, if you look at that field, it wasn't the greatest of fields, and he kind of laid an egg again, and that was probably the more troubling race to me. So Steve Asmussen now puts him on turf, which uh, I think he can handle. His pedigree looks like American Pharaoh, not a great turf influence, but on the dam side, he certainly got it. And I think, maybe cutting back in distance a little bit would be helpful. The thing I'm wondering about is I don't know that they're going to try to get the lead again with all this speed. And if so, that's the case, then now you're asking to repurpose a horse who's already uh, not running terribly well, and now he's putting him on a new surface. So I think there's a lot of going against Clever again, and I'd like to see him take a break before he gets back into stakes company. But I'm not Steve Asmussen, and he knows a hell of a lot more about horse racing than I do and training. His barn is red hot right now. If you want to take a flyer on him, be my guest. I just can't do it. Not at this juncture with this horse. But later in the year, he might surprise. Maui Strong is a really honest horse. He always brings it every time for Dale Romans. Dale Romans having a nice meet at at the Spa, and small sample size, but he's 3 for 3 in the money and 2 out of 3 with wins. So Barnes going well. This horse, he's a hard trier. He will be probably lingering up amongst the leaders, but he's just a cut below the better ones in here, in my opinion. And so, given that, and the what is likely to be a fairly quick pace by default, I think there's a lot working against Maui Strong. Out on bail for Mike Maker. This one is looking to me like he's moving in the right direction, and for that reason, we're going to throw him in because he will be coming from off the pace. I don't know that he's got enough to win this race, but I think that you can comfortably use him because you throw out all the speeds and he should be there in some capacity, probably underneath in the gimmicks. Zulu Kingdom is very obvious in here, and he's certainly my second choice without a doubt. He's 6 for 7, and the only race he hasn't hit the board was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile turf, and we know he had some issues in that race and ran against some pretty good some pretty good horses to say the least. So he hasn't done anything wrong. Here's the thing with Zulu Kingdom. I suppose a mile is his distance, and that's why he's in this race. I just kind of wonder if why can't they give him a shot at a Grade 1? Like the Saratoga Derby. Why didn't he run in that one? And it's just kind of a question I have when I see this type of thing with Chad Brown. You start to wonder because maybe he's playing it safe a little bit with the horse. It's a minor thing. It's just kind of a little. something that I think about with Zulu Kingdom. Now, he like I say, hasn't done anything wrong. He's won all his races this year, and he hasn't blown anybody away per se. But he's certainly a nice horse, and he can win this race. What I wonder about is if, with all this pace, maybe he gets used up early because he does like to rate just off of the speed. And that's kind of my question mark. And I'm just waiting. I just have a feeling this horse is due at some point. And that's all I'm going with. If he can win this race, I don't blame anybody who wants to put him on top and for the free square in the sequence betting for sure. But I'm going to try to beat him. And I'll get to why. Tiz Dashing is for my friend Matthew DeSantis. He loves this horse, and I'll guarantee you if he talks about this race, he'll be talking about Tiz Dashing. You look at this horse, and he's had a steady, slow but steady progression, which is always a nice thing to see with horses. And the last race, the Belmont Derby, I thought he ran well. He, you know, he it was a tough field, and he put together his best race to date, and he continues to do that with every race. He's getting a little better each time. I love to see in the running lines the note of willing when I see them in the next race. So I think Tiz Dashing is going to continue the progression. He's got an outside chance to win this race if he can take another step forward, and I think that's entirely likely. So we're going to use Tiz Dashing, and he's got an outside chance at an upset. But we're going to go with Luther. And here's why. Charlie Fellows brought Kyle Schumacher over, his regular jockey in Europe, to run, excuse me, in the Belmont Derby last time. Well, the thing with the Belmont Derby was there was no speed in that race, save for Tank. And I thought Tank actually had a shot to wire the field. And he did a pretty good job of getting there, but he succumbed to Tescore, who we thought would, if it wasn't Tank, Tescore would be the one to win, simply because he would be the only horse near the speed. I don't know that that was necessarily the only reason. Tescore is a nice horse, but to me, Luther ran, I thought, a good race, given the fact that there was no pace in it. And he was all the way at the back. And maybe Kyle Schumacher, didn't know about how to ride in the States. I haven't seen him racing in America too often. So maybe, he didn't take that into account. I don't know. But I thought Luther closed very well, and he was in a dead heat with Riley Mott's horse, and who's running in the Saratoga Derby Invitational. I think that this horse now has got a really favorable scenario. He's got a lot of pace to run to. He's got an American jockey this time. And I think that, in the right circumstances, which are present here, I think Luther's got a really good shot. I liked what I saw from him last time. I just think he was up against it, particularly when there were just so many late runners in that race. So with a more favorable scenario for a closer, and he's the lone closer, which I really like. I like it when they're all by themselves at the back. If he can build off of his last race, I think he's got a really good shot here. And to me, along with Tiz Dashing, are the two logical candidates to upset Zulu Kingdom. But I like Luther's chances just a little bit more based upon his back class. And that's really the only, and the scenario, the only reason. So take a look at our wagering strategy. We're going to go with Luther to win. And Zulu Kingdom, we're going to go 2-7, 7-2. And then we'll do a saver with Luther and Tiz Dashing and out on bail. If you want to throw another exacta in there with Luther and Tiz Dashing, I don't blame you at all. I think Tiz Dashing's sneaky good here. So that's the two of them I think are going to be really dangerous. So with trifecta, we're going to go 2-7, 2-7 with 3-6, and then 2-7 with 3-6 with 2-7. And so I think we'll go for the upset. And just a hunch, nothing more, nothing less. But I think with all that speed, Zulu Kingdom's really going to have his hands full, and so we'll try to beat him with Luther. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy, and I wish you the best of luck as always. And certainly, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. We are going to continue on with our coverage this week of the Whitney. We will have the late pick five sequence on our website. We will have the entire card selections available to you if you're so inclined. And that does include best bets, long shots, value plays, and we might even throw a sequence or two in there just as an added bonus for a big day. But we'll have plenty of coverage from Saratoga, and time permitting, we will have a little bit on Del Mar as well. So plenty to come from Right at the Wire. That's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.